Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Botev Plovdiv. We are now on to the 1st of March. We are into the Championship group phase, and as you can see there, we are currently sat top of the table because in between episodes, things have gone rather well. We've also had the transfer window close, so let's firstly bring you some news of transfers. I mentioned him at the end of the last episode. It is our new left back. Veselin Tenev has signed from CSKA-Sofia for £2.3 million. It's a lot of money for a 20-year-old, but he is a bloody good 20-year-old. 3.5 star current ability, 5-star potential. I'm hoping that is going to be money well spent. I've also brought one of the favourites of mine. I haven't bought him on this year's Football Manager, I don't think. It is Parfait Guillagon of Africa Sports. The Ivorian attacking midfielder has come in for £400,000. It's a lot of money. I don't know why I've done it, but basically, yeah, he's a good option. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential, 22 years old. Obviously, being from the Ivory Coast, he's not from Europe, so that is a little bit of a concern. And then finally, somebody who was bought as a little bit of an experiment. It is Ko Min Chul, who is a South Korean striker from Songnam. He looks reasonably good. He's not got some great stats there. I spent too much money on him, £2.5 million. He's come in. Basically, I wanted to see whether this would actually boost our shirt sales and things like that in South Korea and Asia. I didn't get a news article about it, so I'm guessing it hasn't. Also, a couple of players have left the club on permanent deals. Shervenkov, who's actually played a game for us this season, I think, in one of the cup competitions, he has left, signing for Montana. And Veselin Hristov has also left the club, signing for CSKA 1948. In between episodes then, we've played 4 more games, not conceding a single goal, getting ourselves to the Bulgarian Cup semi-final for the 3rd season in a row, I think. We started off against Ludogorets, a 2-0 victory here. It was Alexander Mladenov and Antonio Lukanovic finally scoring a goal in open play this season, giving us 3 points here. Then against Lokomotiv Gorna, Bo Moller, Martin Zeman and Lasana Dia with a brace here, his second coming from the penalty spot, giving us 3 more points and a 4-0 victory. In the Bulgarian Cup quarter-final, Nico, who very rarely gets to play much first-team football, scores himself a hat-trick in the first half. Also, Alexa Terzic scores a goal, giving us a 4-0 victory, setting up a semi-final against Levski, which I'm pretty sure is who we had in the semi-final last year round. And then in the Plovdiv derby, a 2-0 victory here. Alexander Mladenov and Edwin Gayassi scoring the goals for us in a much rotated side, but I'm still happy we managed to get the 3 points, and we didn't lose. Today, we are going to have 2 massive matches in the Europa League. It is a one-shot deal away against Borussia Mönchengladbach. That is not very easy to say. And then it's the big one against CSKA-Sofia. First versus second. It is a match that if we win, it is going to become very difficult. It's not impossible, it's going to be very difficult for us to not win the league, I think. Now, I suspect this is probably the stage of the Europa League where we will go crashing out. It happens every single season, doesn't it? Every time we get through the group stages, we go through the first knockout round, sometimes relatively comfortably, and then we get a reasonably good side. I think we've had Valencia before, we've had another Spanish team a couple of years ago as well. Borussia Mönchengladbach, arguably one of the easier ones, but they're still going to be bloody good at football. The starting lineup we will be going for then. In goal is going to be Melkov, the back four will be Bressel, Sangare, Keita and Terzic. You will notice Sangare is still here. He is not leaving the club. Maybe at the end of the season he will be leaving, but right now we've managed to keep hold of him long enough to hopefully not just destroy our defence. Lasana Dia and Marko Bulat will be the central midfielders. Alexander Mladenov, Bo Moller and Lubomir Tsolev will be the attacking midfielders. And Martin Zeman, our top goal scorer, will be the striker. On the bench, we do have some very good options. Radoslav Nenov is there after scoring 1 goal. I think that was in the last Europa League match, wasn't it? Vidlov still can't score a goal to save his life, but he is also on the bench. Todor Nedlev also on the bench. Why am I not playing Nedlev? I know he needs a bit of match fitness, but Nedlev. Nedlev's coming in from Mladenov. It's always a worry for me when I look at our opponents in Europa League matches and I see players that I recognise. We have Ginter, Matthias Ginter, we have Martin Hinteregger, I believe, Lars Bender, Mikhail Cruisant, who is a player that I had a couple of years ago for possibly Groningen on loan, I think it was. He's very good, very, very good. Thorgan Hazard, and they do have a new gen striker who is absolutely filth. He has 20 finishing. That's insane. Well, before we've even kicked a ball, I'm expecting us to get absolutely battered by BMG because Klopner is just ridiculous. I don't think I've seen a youth player as good as Klopner at such a young age on this game at all. 15 minutes in, Hoffman has picked up an injury for BMG. So far, there hasn't been any highlights. Hold on. Todor Nedlev steps up with a corner. Dia can't get the ball. Bulat, the Croatian, can cross it in. It was a weird cross because I think he was actually aiming for Bressel. Now Klopner is probably just going to run it round our entire team. Finds the winger on that right-hand side. Plays the ball across to Thorgan Hazard on the volley at the back post. Thorgan Hazard has put BMG 1-0 up. Yeah, I think that's pretty much our Europa League run over, isn't it? Well, at half-time, it's been fairly dull apart from the goal. There's been literally that one highlight where Thorgan Hazard scored. We are doing awful. We are just doing awful. Kochev says sympathise, which means I shout at them and then I get Kochev to try and fix some stuff if it gets broken. Right, subs time, because Bo Moller is definitely coming off. Radislav Nenov, the hero of the last match in the Europa League, will be coming on. Do we keep Zeman on for now? I think we're going to have to keep Nedlev on as well. Just do Nenov for the moment. Corner for Todor Nedlev to take. It's towards the back post and Jan Sommer can dive emphatically to claim the ball. Knock now with the ball in his own penalty area. Cruisant forward to the goal scorer Thorgan Hazard, who's going to run down the left-hand side. Ball towards Kate, luckily intercepts it. Now Sangare to Dia. Back to Sangare. The three Ivorians there in the middle. Passing it around. Todor Nedlev to Dia once again. All the way back to Sangare. Dia. Forward to Nedlev. These three loving to pass between the pair of them. The pair of them, there's three. That's not how pairs work. Zeman's in on goal. Zeman's put it in the back of the net. It is 1-1. I got confused with semantics of how words work. We are 1-1 very early on in the second half. Just 3 minutes played. We have equalised through Martin Zeman. It was a great ball from Todor Nedlev to just unlock the door. And then the ball goes through. There you see. And Zeman, easy finish for that young Croatian striker. I'd like to win this if we can. That's a straight red card. Right, you're off. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. I think his name's Kevin, his first name. Right, their player has been sent off. It is Kevin. Nedlev goes for goal. He's hit the bar. Hinteregger. What's going on? We've had about 4 shots. Nedlev has loads of space. Crosses in and Knock can clear the ball. It is going to be a throw-in. Right, that sending off could be very useful for us. They have changed their system up by the looks of it, because they've gone very narrow. Klopner goes for goal. Milkov makes a save. None of our defenders decide to try and close him down. Lars Bender. Weird cross from Lars Bender there. It's gone off for a goal kick. We got very lucky there. Nedlev with a corner. We've got a few minutes to play, and Charlie Cater's put it in the back of the net. He's offside. Charles Cater has the ball in the back of the net. He was offside. VAR is reviewing the decision. I'm assuming he was offside because, let's face it, he normally is. They're definitely offside. Right, into the final 10 minutes. Let's try and change something. I don't know what to change. No one's playing badly now. Dia for Grajfona. That's all I'm going to do. We're just going to do Dia for Grajfona purely because Dia is the most tired out of everybody. I might bring on Vidalov at some point, but I don't know why. We're going to go extra time, aren't we? We are going to go into extra time elsewhere. Back in Bulgaria, Levski have beaten Galatasaray 2-0. So Levski are through to the quarterfinals, I guess, of the Europa League. That is ridiculous. Right, the team talk from Ivan went well. Do we do any changes? I mean, Nenov's playing the worst. I don't want to bring Nenov off because he's only just come on. No, we will stick with this 11 for now. I think we can do 2 subs as well because we were allowed to use 4 substitutions, I think. Well, the first half of extra time has just flown by. Nothing has happened. We're going to do both of our subs now. Nenov will be coming off. I don't really know who to bring on. Mladenov? Sure, we'll do that. Nenov, you've just been just as bad as Bo Moller. I'm tempted to bring off Solev for Zemyarski. We're doing it. It's probably not the best idea I've had, but we're going to go for it. Once again, probably should have actually checked to see if anyone was any good at penalties. Didn't seem to do that in the end, did I? Well, the second half of extra time has just completely flown us by. And what are we going to have then for our 11 penalty takers? Nedlev, Terzic, Bulat, Zeman and Bressel will most likely all get a chance to take a penalty. Then it's going to be Mladenov, Zemyarski, Grajfona, Sangare, Keita and Milkov. 2 Europa League matches in a row, 2 matches that go all the way through to extra time and penalties. Cruisant's penalty is in the back of the net for BMG. Todor Nedlev now steps up. Mr. Botev Plovdiv. Where is he going to go? It's straight down the middle. The goalkeeper really should have saved that. Newhouse for BMG. Angel Milkov has to save it. Come on, Angel. Do the business. Oh, he did save it. He actually saved it, but still palmed it into the back of the net. Alexa Terzic steps up the Serbian with his left peg. Where's it going to go? Straight to the goalkeeper. Once again, the goalkeeper decides to not save it. It is Matthias Ginter, the central defender. I believe German international as well. He steps up into the bottom corner. Milkov went the right way. Marko Bulat, the Croatian central midfielder, signed in January, not been at the club for too long, and that is how you take a penalty. Musel, don't know, steps up for BMG. Come on, Angel, save one. It's straight at him again and he still can't save it. Martin Zeman, the equalising goal scorer, steps up. He loves to score an open play. Is he any good from the penalty spot? Yes, he is. Into the bottom corner. It is 4-4. We are looking like we might be heading in to sudden death. Martin Hinteregger, the Austrian, steps up, and his penalty is superb as well. I'm worried. I'm really worried. Who is our final penalty taker? This highlight is taking forever. It is Bressel. It is Amadaj Bressel stepping up to take the deciding penalty. What is he going to do? Oh, please don't miss. Please don't miss. Please don't miss. He's put it in the back of the net. It is back to BMG to try and score. Hoffman versus Milkov. Hoffman steps up and Milkov has saved it. Milkov, low to his left-hand side, has saved it. Now, all we need to do is put the ball into the back of the net and we will be in a Europa League quarter-final. Mladenov is the man to step up for the deciding penalty. Oh, this is tense. This is very, very tense. Mladenov, the substitute. He's had a damaged spine in his career and he's just scored the best penalty of all. He's put it in the back of the net. We have beaten BMG away from home after going 1-0 down. We're through to a Europa League quarter-final. How have we done this? So, we go through. Levski also go through Milan, Monaco, Roma, Hamburg, Tottenham and Valencia. Now, we've had matches against Valencia before where we've lost, so I don't want them. Hamburg. I will take Hamburg. We've had a good run against German teams. We've beaten VfB Stuttgart. We've beaten Borussia Mönchengladbach. Let's beat Hamburg as well, shall we? We also pick up nearly £1 million for winning that match. The Ivory Coast boss is watching half of my squad, apparently. So the quarter-final will be drawn on the 10th of March, which is a day before we play CSKA-Sofia. So, I'm going to go forward for 10 days, because for some reason we don't have any matches. So yeah, we're going to go forward for a number of days. I will return, and it will be time for the Europa League quarter-final draw. Welcome back, then. It is time for the quarter-final draw. We've already seen the teams that we can possibly go against. So we're just going to jump in, and with the first name out of the hat. So, who is it going to be? I don't want to look. It's Milan. It's Milan. I mean, we're at home, which is a good thing. But that's a tough match. Hamburg versus Monaco. Tottenham versus Roma. So it is Levski versus Valencia. Now, there has been form in pretty much every round of the knockouts where the home teams usually go through. So if the same thing happens again, there could be two Bulgarian teams in the Europa League semi-final. So just having a look at our fixtures, and things have gone all over the place. For a start, we're only playing one... What? We're only playing one leg now of the Bulgarian Cup semi-final. That's the second leg. We're playing CSKA-Sofia twice in a row, which, I mean, that makes no sense. And also there, I think something's broke here. I think one of these is supposed to be a Levski game. Let's ignore the weird fixture congestion that's happened throughout this entire season. It is time to focus on the league. CSKA-Sofia, for the first out of 46 times, possibly. We are currently, 7-8 points clear in first place of CSKA-Sofia. If we win, we will go 12 points clear. If we lose, CSKA-Sofia will close that gap to just 5 points. It's not a must win, but if we do win, it's going to look very, very likely that we might actually just continue with this all the way till the end of the season. The starting lineup we are going to go for then is going to be Milkov in goal, a back four of Bressel, Sangare, Keita and Veselin Tenev playing against his former club. Marko Bulat and Adrian Mihalescu will be the two central midfielders. Mihalescu's played a fair few games. I say a fair few. He's played 6. 4 starts, 2 off the bench. But he's doing an alright job, 3-star current ability, so I think he's probably worth a start every now and then. Nedlev, Guillagon and Gayassi are going to be the attacking midfielders, and Martin Zeman will always be our striker. And I've just noticed we have no central midfielders on the bench, so I probably need to fix that. I put Grashfona on the bench for Bo Moller. Bo Moller is one of those players that, on paper, he's very good. However, performance-wise, he's usually not very good. I mean, he did have one game where he scored a hat-trick, but that was about it. That's all he's really done. Early corner after 40 seconds. Nedlev takes it. Sangare is there. And Sangare, the one-to-way defender, has put us 1-0 up with just 50 seconds on the clock. Throw in for Bressel. Now Bulat. Where is Bulat going to have to go? Into Mihalescu, the Romanian, finds Tenev on that left-hand side. Cuts inside, gets tackled. Guigon now to Gayassi, who goes for goal. Tries to get the ball back. Now Mihalescu with it. He's going to pass it between Bulat and now Guigon, who makes a bit of space for himself. And the new signings effort is just wide of the post. Apparently I can't do maths. And if we win, we'll be 11 points clear. It's still a lot of points. After the early little flurry of highlights, nothing really is happening at the moment, and I'm honestly perfectly okay with that. Half time, it is 1-0, and there is not a lot of goals happening across Bulgaria by the looks of it. Levski are 1-0 up, Montana are 1-0 up, we are 1-0 up, everybody else, it's 0-0. No changes at half time, but I am looking at doing some changes because basically Gayassi, Guigon, Zeman, all not doing particularly well, and I think that's why we're only 1-0 up. On the hour mark, we do have a highlight. Nedlev with the ball. He's going to run inside. He's gone for goal from a long way out. It was a ridiculous curling effort, and Cerny can save the ball. Right, we're on 65 minutes. I'm going to bring on Ivan Vidlov, who I think, yep, I am correct. He is a former CSKA-Sofia player, so hopefully Ivan Vidlov can get himself his first ever goal for Botev Plovdiv against his former club. Still nothing happening. I'm going to demand more. I'm going to do another sub. We've got 10 minutes. So things are going fairly quickly. We're going to do Mladenov on and then swap Nedlev and Mladenov over so Todor can play on that left-hand side. We've got 10 minutes left. We've got 3 minutes left. Guigon heads down to Bulat. Mladenov can cut inside. Finds Nedlev with loads of space. Cerniauskis makes the save. And CSKA-Sofia clear their lines. We are looking like we are just going to coast to a 1-0 victory here. It's not been the most exciting match of football. But if I'm perfectly honest, I do not care. We are now 11 points clear at the top of the Bulgarian league. I don't know how many more games we've got left to play. But that is ridiculous, considering how close we've got the last 4 seasons. The last 4 seasons, 3 seasons we were in charge. We are somehow in the driving seat, and I'm just massively concerned that we're going to bottle it and throw it away and finish second again. So elsewhere then, Levski and Ludogorets drawing, meaning Ludogorets don't manage to close the gap on CSKA-Sofia. Levski do manage to pick up, obviously, the solitary point, but still not closing the gap at all. So we are looking good. We are the only team, basically, out of the top 5, we are the only team that actually won their game. I know there's only 6 teams playing, 3 matches, but still. Oh, great. And the PSG boss, Thomas Tuchel, was watching Abdoulaye Sangare once again. Stop watching him, because what will happen is you'll buy him in the summer, and then you'll never play him. Like, literally, the 3 other youth prospects you've bought from us. There we go. That's much better. Our fixtures are now fixed. So what we are going to have to do then, next episode, is probably going to be Milan in Milan, isn't it? It is going to be a Europa League special. We are 11 points clear, isn't it? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches to play. There is still a lot of points on the board. There are 27 that we can possibly win. I'm not going to work out all the maths in my head just yet, but at some point, possibly around here, Lokomotiv Gorna Levski, we might be in the position to actually be winning the league. Unless we throw things away against Ludogorets, Lokomotiv Plovdiv, CSKA-Sofia and Lokomotiv Gorna, we should. I mean, look at this run of form. We've conceded 2 goals, and they're both in the Europa League. We've not conceded a goal since the 3-0 battering that CSKA-Sofia gave us back in January. That is going to do it then for this episode. Next episode, like I said, will be a Europa League special. It will be Milan, and it will be Milan, and then we'll probably do a Bulgarian Cup special, possibly, as well. So we'll have Levski and Levski, and then we're going to go back, focusing on the league, which will probably be the final few games, won't it? I'm not, to be honest, I've done it again. I don't know whether that's actually going to happen. We might have Lokomotiv Plovdiv and Milan, and then Milan and Levski. I've no idea. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back next time with more Football Manager 2019.